Welcome back to the Students International Talk Show. My name is Rachied. I'm here with Tim from Wittenborg University, and today we're going to ask a few questions in regards to Wittenborg University that you, the Vietnamese students, are looking to answer. Currently, right now, what are some of the jobs that are in demand in the Netherlands, and what is Wittenborg best at in terms of preparing students for these in-demand careers?
When a student comes into the Wittenborg, we immediately start them working on their CV in the past, and really showing them that they are a product. They are a product that needs to be marketed. So regardless of what job they're looking at doing in the future, our job is to show them that their skills and knowledge is a marketable product. In terms of what are the marketable jobs, you know, in the IT sector, there are a lot of jobs. In hospitality management, there are a lot of jobs in Europe generally. But you know, to be completely honest, if you want to work, if you're willing and able and you're curious and you can show your employers that you're willing to work hard, then there is a lot of opportunity in a lot of different areas. Yeah? And people are people, and the people who always want to work will work.
Does the Wittenborg University offer any scholarships for students? And if so, what are the current requirements?
So the Wittenborg University has a scholarship program of their own, and the requirement is, you know, good level of academic studies, good level of English, good motivation letters, and so we have a specific page on the website devoted to scholarships, and it's a matter of going through the process. In addition to that, Holland and the Netherlands has a separate scholarship program. Yeah? Which, if students come to you, then you must make sure that you're able to give them information about the Orange Tulip Awards and the Netherlands scholarship process, because that's a second possible route to scholarship that is really specific to the Netherlands and to Netherlands-based education. Fantastic.
Do you know how many scholarships are awarded through that program you just mentioned?
I mean, we have 750 students, and at any one time we have 5% of our student body in a scholarship program.
Oh, fantastic.
But, you know, we're a private university, so we're in there to make sure we're able to pay everybody's salaries. And so our scholarships are maybe more limited in quantity than a large state-run institution, but we do have a program.
A lot of students want to have actual practical experience, and they want to have the opportunities to meet with companies during their studies.
Yeah.
During their career at Wittenborg, are there any opportunities to meet with some of these corporate companies from the Netherlands and or Europe in general?
So we have two things. Firstly, we have a process that every bachelor's student must do a placement or an internship for between 3 to 5 months during the course of their degree. Secondly, and maybe more importantly, is that every 2 months our students go through a project week. The project week customers are real customers taken from local industries, and where we go to the customer and we say, do you have a problem that our students can try and help you solve? So this is a process of finding, you know, real life problems from real life companies and putting our students into work on these. And sometimes we'll literally have very, very specific business problems which our customers say, could you try and find us an answer or your impression from this? We've taken our students to big chain hotels and manufacturing industries and a lot of different possibilities. You know, there is always the fact that the customers come to view the final students' presentations, and if they see somebody they like, they say, can I have that person to work in my company? And because we have so many different nationalities, you know, 700 students, 85 nationalities, so our customers who take part in our project weeks, they all have business around the world. And so we try and link up the local students with the companies who have distribution or manufacturing or sales outlets in the different countries. Sometimes there is a win-win. Yeah.
Do you have any notable alumni that you know and or would like to talk about?
Keep track of our alumni over a 10-year period, and we keep track of them over LinkedIn. We've just looked at the LinkedIn profiles and we've realized that a lot of our students do end up in positions of CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and financial topics. We have a lot of strength in marketing and communication and advertising and sales related topics. And so you see salesperson, sales manager, sales director, brand manager, product development manager, business development manager. These are titles that you see again and again. And then, of course, we have our whole hospitality management environment, and we've got alumni all over the world working in the hospitality business. From Vietnam, we've had students since 1998. We were our first Vietnamese students, and every year we have students from Vietnam.
What do you think is the best resource that Wittenborg has to offer to its students?
We have a very personalized service. Because we are a business ourselves, there are two things that make us work well. Firstly is the satisfaction of our students, and secondly is the satisfaction of our staff. Putting these two together, making sure that the staff speak to the students and vice versa as much as possible, yeah, to understand where the strengths are, where the weaknesses are.
During the communication between staff and students, what's the student-to-teacher ratio like?
The student-to-teacher ratio really depends on the lecture at the time. Sometimes we will have a lecture hall which has got 50, 60, 70 students in one room at the same time. But generally speaking, we have classrooms of between 12 to 16 students. We have enough time for students to interact not only with each other but with the lecturer as well. We have enough time for group work activities and for real active experiential learning within the classes itself. So small exclusive classes, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. One of our big advantages being a small private business school.
A lot of students want to know, what does applied sciences mean in terms of the university, and why not just Wittenborg University? You
have a university which is a research university which offers the PhD programs and research capability. Yeah. And any school that doesn't have that, any university that does not offer PhDs, is automatically a university of applied sciences. So it is a legal term. The universities like this have to call themselves a university of applied science. A university of applied sciences is a place where you can apply the learning directly to the working environment. Which means it's a business college, a business school, where you learn practical skills for use in the workforce.
Can you name an outstanding professor, in your opinion, that is working at Wittenborg University, and why?
We have one guy at the moment called Mert, and he is outstanding because he brings such a lot of world experience to the classroom. He himself was in the position of a chief financial officer, a head of a research and development environment for over 25 years. And he has translated his passion for his industry and business into a passion for the classroom as well. We also have a lot of female lecturers who are excellent because they take time, they really focus on the individual needs of the students, and they make sure that things are not boring. Yeah, they make sure that things are practical and really focused on what the students are trying to achieve. Our students are very diverse. They come from many, many different countries. Our teaching staff and faculty staff are also very diverse and very international. So they come from many different countries and cultures, and they come from many different industries and backgrounds.
Oh, fantastic.
And very important for us is the quality of lecturing skills. So really the ability not only to deliver your information, but also to create exercises within the teaching environment so that students have the chance to practice and receive feedback from their friends, their peers, and the lecturer.
A lot of students are familiar with the Netherlands. They're familiar with Amsterdam. Can you describe a little bit about where Wittenborg is actually located and the city of, if I'm saying this correctly, Apeldoorn?
Here is your map of Europe, and right there is Holland. What's special about Holland is that if you look at a geographical map of Europe, then you will notice that all of the rivers come out in Holland. Yeah? So historically, Holland has been a place of trade and business. Yeah? Apeldoorn is in the center of the country, and that is where our main campus is. And our second campus in the Netherlands is in Amsterdam. However, we offer a European experience. So not just in Holland, one of our new campuses is in Vienna in Austria. So our students have the possibility, and many of them are taking this possibility up, of beginning their studies in the Netherlands and then coming to Austria and spending a year there.
Oh, fantastic.
So Holland and Amsterdam and Apeldoorn, the center of trade and entrepreneurship. Vienna, Austria, the center of Central and Eastern Europe, the center of the arts, of opera, of great food and mountains and skiing. Certainly in the Netherlands, the Wittenborg is really one of the only places where you can change the country and go and study in a different European country during your studies without leaving your program.
How do you compare, if you can, studying within the Netherlands as opposed to, say, studying in the UK? Why would some students prefer to study in the Netherlands over the UK?
And we have a cooperation with the University of Brighton in the UK, and for one of our programs, or for a couple of our programs, students can actually go to the UK to complete some of their studies there. This is very important with Brexit coming up, because, you know, it means that our students have the possibility of getting some of this UK spirit and feeling as well. We have a double degree program, which means a student can walk away with our Wittenborg fully accredited European degree and a degree from Brighton University. Our education is 100% English, with speakers of English from England, from Ireland, and from Europe. Yeah, so we offer an international level of English, which, in my opinion, is sometimes easier to understand than the English from the UK or from Texas, yeah, or from Liverpool. If you go to the UK, you stay in the UK. You normally don't travel around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you come to Holland, you travel everywhere within Europe because it's on your doorstep, and you really get a more holistic experience and a collective experience of what European culture really means.
Do you offer any job placement services for international students?
We don't only offer it, we guarantee that every student will do an internship or a placement. So it's a guarantee. 90% of the time, we don't even need to guarantee it because our students are very proactive in finding placements for themselves. In the few cases where it doesn't work, we step in, and with our extensive list of contacts to local businesses, we help our students find jobs. But we've had students in Miami at Disney World, we've had them in the Canary Islands, in various hotel chains in Holland, in Austria, in Switzerland, in South Africa. We've got a chap just about to start up. Really very, in Dubai we've had a couple of students, so really some very, very cool stories.
And with regards to transportation in Apeldoorn, is it easy to get around?
Well, Apeldoorn is quite a small town, so you can either walk or take the bike pretty much everywhere you need to go. The public transport systems in Holland and Austria is perfect. Yep. There's always a train, there's always a bus.
Always on time.
It's always on time, and the cost, public transport is very affordable and is completely extensive across the whole of Vienna.
Is it possible to learn Dutch while studying at Wittenborg University? How hard would you rate it? Are there many international students doing this?
Dutch is not an easy language, and German is not an easy language to learn either. And to really become proficient at these languages to the stage where you can work in a company, you need time, investment, and a lot of will to learn the language. Yeah, once a week you have a German lesson. In Holland, we have intensive Dutch courses for the students that want to do that, and we also do other languages as well. And under European law, students are allowed to stay in the country after their studies and look for work opportunities. In the Netherlands, it's 1 year. In Austria, at the moment, it's 6 months' time. And so students can stay and look for work. And if they find a job and get an employment contract, then they're allowed to stay after that and continue working.
For students that are paying the tuition fees from here in Vietnam, are there additional payment plans that Wittenborg offers?
The basic payment plan, which means a student will pay 1 year of tuition fees in advance and 5 months of accommodation in advance,
Okay.
Which comes to roughly, 10,500 euros, and that needs to be paid up front. From then, there is an installment plan possible for years 2 and 3. Generally, our students graduate within a 3-year time frame.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes longer, depending on the student. But once they're in the system, then they can move to a payment plan system for years 2 and 3.
Thank you so much, Tim, for answering all our questions, and I hope to see you again.
Hey, I thank you, Student International, very progressive with what you're doing.
Thank you.
Great students so far. Looking forward to more.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.